Hello, this is Sibyl Harmony, mystic, psychic, master healer, and medium. And this is your reading for May 2021. We'll do a reading and a healing. And so I want to do tree healings. I've healed myself from chronic fatigue, thyroid problems, numerous, you name it. Um, Bleeding cysts, give you the list, with energy medicine. And have you ever, I love good nutrition. I'm totally into that. I'm not a nutritionist. I can't prescribe herbs or remedies to anybody, but that's what I use. And, but have you ever noticed that some people who are super, super clean eaters, they're very, very careful. They take vitamins and herbs and it helps, but they're still really sick. Have you ever noticed those people? It's because they're not addressing energy medicine. So I don't like medications with side effects. Sometimes we need, I respect doctors and they saved my life. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for traditional medicine. So I love doctors and nurses, and I have nothing against that. But sometimes medications have side effects that end up being worse, that throw the system out of alignment if you're not looking at what the cause is and really dealing with the energy. So dealing with the energy and so tree healing. I wanted to talk about tree healing. And tree healing is a type of energy healing that you can do for free. It's like vitamins or exercise. You don't just exercise once and yay, you're in good shape. You don't need it as much as maybe you don't need daily tree healing. Well, you could. Usually when people come to see me, if they have a serious condition, I recommend ongoing healings. But sometimes I just help them clean out their emotional issues and they're good for a month or so, and they don't need to, or 6 months, or maybe that was just it. But tree healings will help you to open your abilities as well, because you'll be tuning in to the energy, feeling the energy. We all have feelings. You can feel energy. That's called clairsentience. You can listen to your thoughts. We all have thoughts. If you get quiet and you meditate, or you go on a quiet walk and just let go of things, you'll notice voices, thoughts in your head. We all have thoughts, or hear our thoughts, and then we see. So you can see in front of you, like I'm right in front of you in the video, or you can see in your mind's eye, like you imagine a Christmas tree. Imagine a beautiful sunset. So imagine you see a bird. That's clairvoyant seeing. So trees help us mostly with our feelings and listening. You can deeply listen. You can ask trees. So when you start awakening, or if you're meditating or contemplating, and your consciousness starts to shift, you understand that everything is energy and everything is alive. And trees are alive, and they have spirit guides. Like my apple tree in the backyard, that's a very old apple tree, has a young blonde man that I saw one day. He looked European to me. A lot of the trees around here have Native American energy. Some of the older trees, as of about maybe 100 years ago, maybe 200 years ago, there were a lot of natives around here. And some of the big redwoods or the big oaks have very much Native American energy. And I had the people up the street the redwood tree was destroying the foundation of their house, and they had to cut it down. It was a very sad day because the tree was crying and he was asking me for help, and I tried to ask them, would you please not do that. And they said, no, it's ruining the foundation of our home. And so sometimes we have to cut down trees. But what we want to do is to make an offering to the spirit of the tree and to honor the tree, either by saying prayers, or you can either, like I said, make an offering of a new plant in its place, a flower, some other type of life that you're giving back to the earth. Like if you cut down a tree, maybe go get a shrub and put it there, or put a potted plant on the stump, or use the stump for some type of artistic project, or just in your intention and your thought is very powerful. So we all use paper. We all live in homes made of wood and use wood for different things. And so the highest gift that a spirit can give is to give its life, to give its spirit. So we want to be thankful and grateful, and try to conserve the amount of products that we use, or not just buying things and throwing furniture away because, well, we want a new whatever. Rather having a consciousness that maybe we can refinish that or give it to somebody who will use it and put it to good use. So we want to put things to good use. And trees know if you are hostile towards them. Nature spirits and trees have been known to be mischievous. So you don't have to be a vegetarian because animals eat animals. I mean, that's great if you are a vegetarian or a vegan. I applaud you for that. But they still will work with us if we're not a vegetarian. Some people can't be a vegetarian because their DNA is geared to eating meat, just like some animals. Like you wouldn't tell a dog or a cat to be a vegetarian because it's in their DNA to eat meat. So some people can't. And trees understand that. So, but we want to have respect and reverence. And, you know, you don't want to get a tree angry at you. I've had stories like that either. If you're threatening a tree to chop it down just because you don't like the way it looks or something, you know, if you have a good reason. And we talked about making an offering, saying prayers. I pray for the soul of the spirit of this tree and I give thanks. It's very simple. You don't have to get complicated. And so we'll talk about the tree hugging, but, you know, they give us oxygen. Without them, we wouldn't be here. So giving thanks and appreciating trees, they're very wise. Imagine if you just were standing somewhere for like a year or two, you would become, they have no ulterior motive to gain from, you know, telling you something. And even if you offer to help the environment or somehow recycle or not pollute as much, they really appreciate that. And they know that. They know who you are. So, and if you've made mistakes, it's fine. You can let them know that, you know, because they see we think that when no one's watching what we do, but we're there, everything's always watching what we do. You think that because you're on a cell phone, you can be taped when there's no cell phone around. Well, now you can do whatever you want. You can. You have free will. But when we cross over, we will review our lives. We will see a video of our lives and everything that we did. We will feel what we did to other people, the planet. And also, there are spirits everywhere. So you can't really hide because somebody everywhere knows something that you're doing or not doing. So when you change your intention, even your thoughts change. You don't have to actually go clean up a beach before trees like you, but your intention and your thought is to do that. They know that. So we'll go into that a little bit more, but we are still in May in the time of awakening. How much time are we? Okay. We're in the time of awakening. We have eclipses in May. We have the full moon Beltane at the 1st of May, which is a fertility holiday. and the light is back, the warmth is back. So it's the time of the goddess, the feminine energy, prosperity, abundance, connecting with the earth. And there is no lack in the universe. If you're not experiencing abundance, understanding, well, you should come get a healing reading. But if we understand there is no lack, it's as simply sometimes as saying, I deserve good, I'm open to receive. And then we give. Also, make your giving equal. So we're in flow. We're in the flow of prosperity. We're not hoarding it all or being spiteful. That's how earth angels and wise souls and nature spirit people, that's how the cosmic people, and you are one, or you wouldn't be listening to this, because if you were just a regular human, you would have probably turned it off in the first 5 minutes. That's not for me. I don't want to listen to a psychic crazy lady. So so there is no lack in the universe. So allow yourself to receive. There also, you have abilities. So awakening your ability to listen. Trees help us to listen to our thoughts or to them. And the more, it's like a muscle. The more you do that, the more you just get quiet and allow yourself to receive, the more it'll work that muscle, and you'll be able to hear, which is actually a kind of a highly evolved psychic skill. I am clairaudient. I'm mostly clairvoyant. I see words, I see messages and symbols. I know how to read symbols. And everyone feels energy. I'm super sensitive, but I know how to work with energy and just let it move through me, so I'm not just affected and changed by my environment or whatever's around me or whoever's around me. And then claircognizance. Claircognizance is divine knowing, and that is just being able to download and know things. And that's about trusting yourself. So you can get that from trees too. Just get a knowing, a feeling. So it's a great way to practice, and you get a healing or get your questions answered. So just a little bit more about May before we get into the tree healing. So awakening your abilities. Oh, I'm going to be teaching class on how to develop yourself, heal yourself, your loved ones, and others with energy medicine, and how to develop your psychic abilities. I have a book coming out later in May or June, and so I'll let you know when that's out. If you like and subscribe, at the bottom, push the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. But if you subscribe, you'll get my videos when they come out. So that's on YouTube. But if you go to my website, which is sibylharmony.com, you'll be able to receive some little clips that are in my book about how to do healings. And there's a little quiz that we're going to put on there. So please visit my website and find all the goodies there. And you may need to read the book so that you understand, unless you've already done some of my courses or had sessions with me or listened to my videos regularly. But there's a beautiful meditation that'll be on there that everyone can do. So we have study, learning about spirituality, abilities opening, travel. It's going to be a great time, of course, because things are opening up to travel. And the beginning of the month is more like going out and enjoying food in a restaurant again. Being really in your feminine energy, enjoying scents, flowers, crystals, enjoying the physical and the beautiful things of life, and your feminine energy for That's for women. um, okay, so I pulled a few cards, and the cards kind of repeated the message I already gave, one for deep listening. And you can practice that in meditation or when you're doing tree hugging or sitting with a tree. So I also pulled, you are gifted and talented. So these are, everyone has intuition, gifts and talents that they're here to do. And so the unicorns are reminding you, and that's what you love to do. And it's also reminding me to mention that when you trust your intuition, you, more than anything I say or anyone else, I encourage people to trust yourself, your knowing. And it's that first knowing that you get, that first hit that you get, oh, this is that. And then if you override that with logic override, then you kind of start to get lost. So trusting your intuition, trust your intuition that you're being guided and that you are getting answers. You are getting the answers. And so that is the message here. And we are in the time, like I said, of awakening. We have the lunar eclipse on the full moon, when that happens in, I think, the middle or the end of May. And so we have chop wood, carry water. So it's important for us to stay grounded. That's about reminding us about our daily life, even though we're changing. We're going through so many changes. We cannot go back to the past. We're not going to go backwards. Time moves forward, and we're in a new energy now. So chop wood, carry water is reminding us that we are awakening, we are shifting, our consciousness has changed. Look at how much we've changed in the last year. People are different. People are kinder. Some people are even more dug in and more fearful and angry, and that's not going to work for them. And it will try to dig in its claws and make it work, but it's just not working. People see through that. And it's time for us to live all together. Different ethnicities, religions, races, beliefs. And it's time for us to have community and to honor ourselves and our individuality. And it's time to change. We need to change the way we're working, we already have. And last month was about that becoming more in physical form. And this month, it's about talking about it and still connecting with it, change. And then in June feels like then it's becoming more solid and more real. And if it hasn't, then you're still in change process. Okay? So chop wood, carry water is about how we're changing the way that we are in the world because the energy has changed. Okay? So let's do the tree healing talk. So I like the big grandfather trees. You can go up and you can use a small tree too, that's fine. The younger, really healthy trees have a lot of energy. That's great. And like I said, you can hug the tree, or you can sit and lean on the tree, or you can climb the tree and sit in the tree. But when you touch the tree, you have chakras in your hands, energy centers in your hands. So you can feel, by touching the tree, you'll start to feel a pulse, because remember, it's alive. And if you start to resonate, breathe and feel that energy coming into you, ask the tree for a healing. Please give me a healing, and let that energy, that pulsing, because it's a natural rhythm, and it will come into the body. Let it come into the body, and you'll start to feel it. You may have to sit there for a few minutes. I would say at least sit for 20 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes is fine if that's all you have. But sit there and feel the energy of the tree and ask it for a healing. Maybe you don't know you need a healing on, and you're not a trained healer, but you can let the energy, just breathe it in, let it come in, that earth energy. So you might be standing on the earth barefoot, which is good because you're getting that earth energy coming in, but you're also getting it through touching or leaning on the tree. And then you can ask the tree a question. What do I need to know about this? Or do you have a message for me? Or about a particular situation. Now you may just get a feeling or some thoughts, and just trust what you're getting. Allow it to be what it is. Just be open and receptive. And it may feel like, well, I didn't really get an answer. But you're making a divine connection here. You're opening up your gifts, how you are able to connect with your intuition, with energies, with spirits. So just let that happen naturally. You may get some thoughts. Your mind might start to wander to different things, and that's okay. Just understand that maybe your mind has been really busy. Maybe you're not used to tuning into spirit and nature, and that may be a sign that spending more time would be good. But don't try to force anything, just allow it. And maybe sometimes I used to try to get messages, like really trying, that's not, just allow it. Don't, it's like a flower, just let the bee come in. It's like being an antenna. Just let the energy come in and let it be what it is. And know that you are having a sacred connection, and you can feel the energy. What does it feel like? And you may get an answer. You may get several thoughts and not quite know what they are, and that's okay. Just have that awareness. Sometimes when I thought I needed to get a message, what I really needed to do is just slow down and connect with the energy and to be still and to let myself receive that healing. Because when your energy's high, you're clear. The right, like, positive thoughts and feelings will naturally come to you. So it may come later in the day or in a dream. But there's your tree healing. Enjoy tree healing. Enjoy May. And go to my website in what should be going up by maybe the middle of May or the end of May, all the questions and quizzes. And I'm here if you'd like to book a session at sibylharmony.com. May you be healed, because in truth, you already are.